Hey y'all, Nick Pomeroy here, PR Equipment. Hey, today we're not at the dealership, and I'm not just doing a shameless plug for some implements. Today we are at the Pomeroy Ranch. Get it? PR Equipment, Pomeroy Ranch. I bet y'all didn't even know that. Anyway, so I'm here at our place here, kind of southeast Corsicana, Navarre County, Texas. And I wanted to kind of show off something that I'm doing. So I know we talk a lot about hypotheticals and hey, what this piece of equipment will do for you and whatnot. But I want to show you a little bit about what we do with this equipment. So these are just kind of off the cuff videos. There's a couple of these we got planned. The first one is starting with this MC sprayers, really just pasture spraying in general and why it's important. I like to spray my place. I like to keep my pastures clean. I like obviously for the neighbors and stuff, but for myself, just coming home to not having crazy weeds growing up in fence rows and stuff like that. I like to keep things pretty nice and clean. Plus, here in Texas, you get into this time of year, and we don't. It's July. It was 104 degrees today. We don't have a lot of moisture to go around, and so allowing this grass, well, these cows too, I guess, but allowing this grass to have the first chances of moisture and the nutrients is pretty important if we want to get a good established grass growing here in midsummer. So spraying the weeds out here. I've actually already sprayed this pasture. Spraying them with Duracor. It's Corteva product. It's a non-licensed here in Texas, which is important for a lot of people because a lot of these broadleafs and things are going to be licensed. I don't really care what chemical you use. It's just what I've used. I've got a little experience. We used to sell chemical, and obviously I sell a lot of these spray rigs, and so we know a little bit about maintaining pastures here in Navarre County or just Texas in general, getting rid of certain weeds and things like that. That old bull calf got left by the herd, mini herd, I guess we'll call them, not really big herd. Regardless, a few things. One, hey, I've got it hooked to my Yanmar 324. Talk about that tractor a lot. I've had it for a few years now. Love this tractor. These little Yanmar SA series tractors are hard to beat in terms of reliability and what they can do. Them cows get fed with this tractor right here. Little 25 horsepower Yanmar, great price. Great. Anyway, I'm not going into that, but I love my little Yanmar tractor. But this is the MC sprayer. I'm gonna flip it around, do a little walk around, show you kind of what we're doing, talk to you about what this looks like for us. So anyway, I guess it's worth mentioning that I'm able to put a 90-gallon 3-point sprayer on the back of this 324, this 25 horsepower, 24 and a half horsepower, whatever, tractor. So that's pretty important to me. A lot of times you can only get a 55, but these MC series sprayers, and there's a series to it. So there's a 60, there's a 90, a 165, a 225, and we sell them all. But this is the first series of sprayers that Ag Spray has purpose built to be 3-point sprayers. And what I mean by that is for years and years and years, and not just Ag Spray, there's almost every manufacturer. We sell Best Way as well, and there's some other brands out there. Most all of them take an existing tank off the shelf, typically a round or an elliptical tank off the shelf. They build a frame for it, they plumb it out, and that's what their 3-point sprayer is. So they're building the sprayer around the tank. Well, this series of sprayers, the MC sprayers, which the MC stands for max carry. The reason why is because we want to carry the most amount of chemical with no more stress on the tractor. So that being said, the MC90s, all these MC sprayers were, the tanks were built and designed and produced and to be 3-point sprayers. That's the only thing this tank is ever going to be used for, is these 3-point sprayers. So it's kind of a cool deal. Lots of different ways to configure these, but the whole idea here is taller, more vertical, less length, less depth, to hold that, to carry that product closer to the tractor. So it's pretty close coupled, so we can carry more, max carry. So like say I can carry 90 gallons on this pretty small little tractor, and it's a game changer. I actually brought this sprayer home with the intention of shooting this video, and I'd probably take it back up to work and clean it up, flush it out, and sell it as a demo unit. But I think this one might actually stay here. I was so impressed with it that I think it might actually stay here at the farm. Couple things about these. It's a roller pump, PTO powered roller pump. That's a game changer. I've been doing this for a couple years with a 65-gallon Ag Spray UTV sprayer with a 4-gallon a minute pump. Leaves something to be desired. I will tell you that it definitely leaves something to be desired. That being said, you know, stepping up to the roller pump, stepping up to a PTO powered pump where there's no lack of pressure, there's no lack of flow, you got plenty of flow. It's kind of a pretty cool deal. Lever valves, they kind of completely redesigned this, or I guess they designed this for this spray rig with these modular valves. This is an XTO24 boomless rig on the back, so we only need 2 levers, but you can control left and right independently. That's great if you're spraying fence rows, or maybe you want to be real careful and not spray over the fence row on your neighbor's place, and you can leave the one shut off and run that fence row with your tractor and just spray back into the field until you get that first round done. Liquid filled gauge, more of a premium gauge. In the past, like the UTV sprayer, they'll put a dry gauge on there and they just don't last. They're not a premium gauge. But good old T-Jet pressure regulator, easy to use. Just got a big old knob for pressure setting. The return flow of that kind of acts as your agitation, so it goes back in the bottom of the tank. So if you do need agitation to mix it up, you just loosen that cap all the way up and just agitate the heck out of the deal. I mentioned a second ago these XTO24 nozzles. There are booms available. I think we even have quite a few of these different options in stock. We also have the 165 and the 225s. They have like kind of a new Texas or Longhorn looking thing, which is like the 2 nozzles plus a center bar. They've got some different boom options for this. This works for me because I have a lot of trees. You can kind of see out here, there's just tree. So this boomless option really works the best for me. And these are XTO24 nozzles. We've been using them for years and years. Probably 97% of the boomless sprayers we use utilize this nozzle in some form or another. It's going to get you 16 feet of spray in each direction. So we got a total of about 32 feet, or I call it a 30-foot spray width, but it's 32 feet. Added these check valves. Haven't had these check valves here on these boomless rigs before. Those check valves, such a simple and cheap little addition, but those are nice. That's gonna kick those nozzles. Gonna be a positive shut off when that pressure drops. I don't know what these are. These could be 5 or 10 psi, but basically when that pressure drops, it shuts them off like light switches, and you don't have dribble. They just it's a positive off. They do that on any good sprayer is gonna have that, but they don't always do that on boomless nozzles. So I thought that was a really nice option. You can raise and lower this. Loosen this nut, you can raise or lower those nozzles. You need a minimum of 4 feet from top to bottom here. So right where it's at, it's pretty close to where I like it. I can do the adjustments that I need with my 3-point, and I don't have to adjust them. Something simple, guys, but you don't want to overlook right here. It's got forklift holes cut into the frame. I know y'all are like, that's not that big a deal. Well, if you're unloading and loading 30 or 40 of these a year, it sure is. So having those is pretty nice. It keeps you from knocking off plumbing when you got your fork kind of in a precarious situation. So that's actually, I'm glad they did that. Does have the Pro Series gun built off the design of the AL-17, but it's all plastic handle, which most times I would say that's worse than the all-metal gun. But the all-metal one actually has a tendency to rust in a couple spots. It's not really steel, but there's a few little steel components that do rust. So I actually kind of like the plastic one a little bit better. It's cheaper, but in some respects it's a little bit better. Do have a shutoff valve and your strainer, so really easy to get to, easy to access. Gotta be a little careful because they are kind of close to the ground, but when you lift it up with a 3-point, you've got good access to those. Do have, like I say, you can see how much gallons you got in here. It's an offset lid, so they kind of thought of everything when they designed these. So I'm a big fan. For me, you know, guys, to keep it in mind that most of these pasture sprayers are going to be what's called speed and pressure, right? So that's how we're going to control our rates. You don't have a flow controller, right? A flow control system would cost 3 times as much as this sprayer does, because you need a flow meter and you need a controller and you need speed input somehow. We're not going to do that. That just doesn't make sense for what we're doing. So this is a speed and pressure based system. So all I can control is the speed at which I drive the tractor and the pressure at which I'm spraying out the nozzles. And of course we know the orifice size, so we can come up with a rate based on that. In fact, it's already done for you in the tip chart that comes with the sprayer. But that being said, these here, it's for these nozzles, I just happen to know that at 40 PSI at 5 miles an hour, it's going to be 14.9 gallons per acre. Since I've got a 6-acre patch, the 90 gallons does 6 acres just perfect. So it was a good fit for me. So I'm throwing my Duracor in, a little methylated seed oil for a surfactant, and I'm going to town. it mixes quick, it mixes good. The agitation is good on this sprayer, so it doesn't, you can quickly see that it's getting a good mix for you. It's pretty easy to see that with the Duracore anyway. You can kind of see it get mixed up. That being said, like it's a good rig. I think you guys will really appreciate it. It's an investment. I get it. Like, this is not a cheap spray rig. But it's something you're going to buy once and you're going to take care of, and it's going to take care of you. And if you ever need to sell it, these things hold their value. And I have never understood why or how they hold their value like they do. But pasture spray rigs in general, they hold their value if you take care of them. Now, yeah, if you let it sit outside and rag it out, you're going to lose a lot of value real fast. You take care of these things, you might use it for 5 years and still get 80% of its value back when you go to sell it. I've been really impressed with that. There's times when I see folks reselling sprayers for more than I sell them for new, just because they bought it from somewhere else, and I'm sure they charge more. We blow through a lot of these, and so we're typically pretty low on price wise. Regardless, I can't speak highly enough. Even this combination with a little 25 horsepower tractor, this setup here works for me. I do a lot with this, so I think this is a pretty good rig for y'all to consider. So just following up, guys, check out our website, prequipmentsales.com. My whole point in this was really not to talk about selling you equipment. I just wanted to show you what we do with this equipment out on the farm. I can show you the kill that I've already starting to get on this patch. Like I told y'all, I've already sprayed this patch, and these I'm getting a good kill, and I'm pretty excited about that. There's a lot of dead weeds and dying weeds out here, so it's exciting to kind of see those get knocked down, let this grass have a little bit more chance. So the Duracore's done a good job, the sprayer's done a good job, and we're getting our pastures cleaned up. I did a great job. I did it along the road real good, because of course you want your roadside pasture to look awesome. But guys, take care of your pastures. It's worth it. It looks good. That's fantastic. But the little trees, take care of those. I'll show you some mesquites that we did some spraying on. So if you guys don't live where there's mesquites, thank God. But these little jobbers right here with these thorns from hell, I've done a little spot spraying on those with some Remedy and Diesel, killing those. That's an invasive species if I've ever seen one. But I got a couple other videos. I'm just going to show you some of the stuff that we use this equipment for. Obviously, we sell these tractors, we sell these sprayers, we sell some of this other stuff. But I even got some implements that I just bought used. Show you what you can do with them. There's just something about living out here on some land and taking care of some property that's just, I think it's just in some of our blood, Anyway, guys, I'm Nick Pomeroy, PR Equipment, Pomeroy Ranch. That's where we're at today. Subscribe to us on YouTube. I really appreciate it if you would. Like us on Facebook. We obviously tons of YouTube content, but like us on Facebook, Instagram, all the social media channels. Give us a call if we can do anything for you. We're here to help y'all any way we can. Obviously, love to sell you some equipment, parts, service. We want to take care of you for the long haul. We want to partner with you to maintain your own piece of Texas or wherever you live. Thank y'all.